Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi guys, this is Aditya Vora here. Hope you guys are doing well. In our country, Bollywood stars are worshipped as much as our cricket stars. When Sachin Tendulkar bats, it is 1.3 billion people batting with him. We live through our movies. We laugh, we cry, get emotional and always hope for a happy ending. Cinema and cricket are religions in India and Sachin, Shah Rukh and Rajnikant are godly figures. Let me give you a number which signifies how important cinema is to India. In 2019, theatres recorded 1 billion footfalls. Now that is 100 crore footfalls in just 1 year. However, in 2020, COVID changed everything. In fact, while I was browsing my phone, I realized Book My Show was the most unused app during this year. How 1 year can change everything. Looking at the present situation, hopefully we are at the end of the pandemic, with vaccinations picking up pace and many countries treating this as an endemic from the erstwhile pandemic. Things look much better than what they were in 2020. I am sure you would agree with me the biggest casualty of COVID was the film exhibition sector or the multiplexes. Imagine no business for more than 1 year. In fact, even after multiplexes were allowed to open, there were two problems. A, uncertainty as to when the next lockdown would be announced, and B, due to the uncertain environment, release dates of completed movies kept on getting postponed. However, hopefully things are looking better now. Even before COVID, there has been a lot of debate on whether OTT, that is Netflix and Amazons of the world, will replace theatres. After all, theatres and OTT apps are competing for the same audience. In fact, they are competing for the same wallet share from customers. So, the question I am trying to address here are more from a structural perspective. The first question is there a better alternative to multiplexes? I am sure when you want to replace something, you would do it with a better alternative. To understand this, let's figure out the main reason for change. After all, we have grown up listening to the fact that change is the only constant. So what leads to change? Why do products and technologies become redundant? Change happens when new products or solutions offer A, higher utility or comfort at an equal or lower cost, B, time savings at equal or lower cost. So either it is because of higher utility or lower cost. Both the reasons are drivers of change. The main enabler of this change is technology. Now let us look at some examples of A, cab aggregators like Ola and Uber, and secondly accommodation aggregator Airbnb. The reason why Ola Uber beat traditional cabs was due to higher comfort or convenience, that is the utility factor at play, savings in time. Remember the hassles to search for a cab and then refusal by the cab driver to go to your destination at peak hours. Secondly, the reason why Airbnb succeeded is because it connected the tourist with the homeowner. It matches the price expectations of both the parties. This leads to savings for the tourist and income for the homeowner. The outcome is cost savings and more options, which is translated to higher utility. So now we know that why things become redundant or change happens. Let's talk about multiplexes and apply the same criteria to them. The first parameter being luxury. Now my question is, where is the luxury? Can the feel of a 65 by 30 feet Dolby surround sound system ever be replaced with a minuscule 5-6 inch mobile screen with headphones or a 35 to 45 inch television at home? Also, how many middle class Indians have a home theatre? Now my next parameter is convenience. A lot of people believe the utility in watching a movie at their own timing is a benefit provided by the OTT apps. The whole point of going out to a theatre is to have an outing. Utility is important in cases which are not for recreation. For a middle class family, watching a movie is a recreational activity. The next point of contention is the cost factor. When was the last time you skipped going to a movie because you could not afford it? Affordability is important in big ticket items. As I mentioned earlier, the most important factor for change is cost savings or having a better experience at a similar cost. The frequency of watching a movie is at best once or twice a month. I hope the above answers the question of the concept of alternative to multiplexes. Now my second structural question is, can OTT players afford to buy movie content as an ongoing practice? Let's look at the cost dynamics from the OTT and producer's point of view. In a normal scenario, film producers have two options. They can release the movie in theaters and bet on the popularity of the movie determining the box office earnings. Or what they can do is sell it to deep-pocketed OTT players at a predetermined price. In this case, the upside is fixed and not many big-ticket movie producers will give up their upside. OTT players in the initial days of COVID purchased movies with the intent of increasing their customer base. They treated these movie purchases as customer acquisition cost. It normally takes rupees 1 billion to purchase a good movie. In that budget, OTT players can produce at least 5 shows or series. Will you pay Netflix if they charged you 2000 rupees per month? I am sure many won't, and so Netflix or other OTT players cannot increase their plans beyond a point as customer acquisition will start slowing down. Although the ARPU, which is the average revenue per user, can't be raised beyond a point by OTT players. If prices go up too much, customer acquisition slows down. Also, OTT players can buy the theoretical rights post 6 to 8 weeks at a fractional of the cost. If you go by the past year, big ticket movie producers have refrained from releasing their movies on OTT platforms. Also, from a return perspective, OTT players on a sustainable basis are better off focusing on small ticket shows or series, which will fetch them higher return on their investment. You must have observed that during the first few months of COVID and lockdown, movie releases as OTT players was much higher, which gradually started to slow down. In fact, as theaters opened up, movie releases on OTT drastically fell. Movies like Suryavanshi and 83 released only in theaters. So that was from the cost dynamics of OTT players, which is in favor of the multiplexes. Now, finally, the most important question. Will apps like Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar replace the theatre industry? In one simple word, the answer is no. I don't think so. Prior to COVID, theatres and OTT coexisted. In spite of the rising clout of OTT, led by many soft factors such as increase in data and smartphone penetration, gross box office collection of theatres was steadily rising. In fact, box office collection for the first time ever crossed rupees 100 billion before COVID. To add to it, the number of movies entering the 1 billion revenue club reached its highest level in December 2019. This reminds me of a saying, in a jungle, if the lion and tiger make peace and coexist, neither will go hungry. Apart from these structural factors in favor of multiplexes, COVID, the demon it has been, actually gave a tailwind to the sector. In a crisis, the strong get stronger while the weak wither away. Due to the pandemic, majority of single theatres shut down. They could not afford the financial loss due to COVID and were forced to shut shop. This benefits large organized players with a strong balance sheet. The share of the top 4 players has increased from 14% in FY15 to 24% in FY20. Also, the inventory of movies which are about to be released is massive. So, to end this video, my personal view is theatres are here to stay and OTTs and theatres will coexist just like how the lion and the tiger both coexist so that nobody goes hungry in the jungle. However, before you invest, do take cognizance of the valuations of companies as stock prices have run up sharply in the short term. The long-term picture is very optimistic and my personal opinion is that this sector could be a wealth creator as the tailwinds are abundant and India is at an inflection point with regards to spending and per capita income. So thank you friends for patiently viewing this video and do reach out to me in the comment section. Thank you.